I will be drawing the salary for the governor. I will not be drawing a salary from the Senate.
Is that your choice, or would you be able to draw both hypothetically?
I'm not sure that I will be able to, but I will not.
What about this transition process? And you say, the public wants a special election. There's already been a lot of talk by a lot of folks who have their eye on the governor's seat. Be it in 2012 before. Are you worried that this process would get messy and political line?
Well, my concentration will be to lead this state forward in a responsible manner, the way we have done for the last several years. That will be my whole goal, and I would hope that others during this time of transition will follow suit.
Some have raised a constitutional issue in regards to the Senate President also acting as governor in regards to separation of powers. Is that something that's being looked into to make sure that's okay?
It has been looked into. Several states have the same provisions as West Virginia in their constitutions, and it's been explained to me by the legal staff that the different Supreme Courts have decided that in this particular case, in the vacancy of a governor, it does not violate the separation of powers. And you may also want to look at the Vice President of the United States, who is also President of the United States Senate. Yes, sir.
How would you determine the voice of the people as far as if there's a special election or not?
As I said, I think our members of the legislature, both members of the House of Delegates and Senate, listen to their constituents, and I think that if the people demand that, those individuals will know. Yes, sir.
How soon could these questions be about whether we need a special election before 2012? The answer is yes. It seems like then everything will be in flux, not knowing whether you will be in for the full almost 2 years or if somebody will come and replace you between then. Has there been any timeline set, or has there been any emphasis on lawmakers to get this an answer by at least the regular session?
I don't know if there's any timelines that's been set. However, we will. The legislature will be going in session on the second Wednesday of January. They'll have 60 days there to make those determinations.
Yes. You said that you would have a special election though during that 2010 or 2012 term, right? Would that be for just like the last month or so of that? Is that correct?
That's the way it's explained to me by the legal authorities. Yes.
Do you plan to run in 2012 or prior to their special election?
Absolutely. I'm very proud of some of the accomplishments we've made in West Virginia. As I mentioned in my remarks, when I became finance chair, this state was virtually bankrupt. We were not paying our debts, our invoices on time. Our retirement system was in shambles. We've been able to address those problems. We got our debt under control right now, even though we're not completely out of debt. We've got it headed in the right direction. We've been able to do some innovative things like create our infrastructure council, our school building authority, create the Promise Scholarship, and been able to live within our means, along with, at the same time, been able to reduce the taxes on our citizens out there. I will continue to do that, to try to make West Virginia a business-friendly state and try to do what we can to make sure that our children are educated to their full potential. Yes.
Should be taking over at a time when there's a lot on the plate. I mean, we still have OCAP, large debt. We have some questions concerning what Medicaid funding may do to state coming years.
Right.
And we still have a higher education system that is not graduating where students. Can you give us some idea of what your agenda will be going into this coming regular session next year? What's the items you'd like to focus on as
There's no doubt that education will be one of the top priorities, both K through 12 as well as higher education. You're right that we do not have the amount of college graduates that we need in West Virginia. We really need to concentrate our efforts there. We need to make sure when our K through 12 students do graduate high school that they are prepared to go on to college. We need to really reinforce the role that energy plays in West Virginia. It is so important. We've been blessed with some great natural resources here, and we need to continue to be able to produce those so we can be the energy storehouse for America. And also, we need to keep being responsible to the taxpayers out there, treating their financials the way we would treat our own.
One quick follow-up.
Sure.
Is 2 years, assuming you have the 2 years, is 2 years enough to accomplish all that?
There are certain things, for example, OPEB, that liability did not come around overnight, and the solution to the problem there will not go away overnight. However, I think it's essential that we do start addressing the liabilities that we have with our OPEB liability.
Do you think there needs to be a special election in 2012? I know you said that if people want it, do you think there needs to be, or do we need that to be in 2 years?
Well, I'm operating under the current Constitution and what the code says, and that code has been in place for a century now. There's never been a question on it until this particular time. Yes, sir.
If people express their strong desire for an election and it becomes clear in the next coming weeks, would you call a special session ahead of the regular session to get it out of the way?
I probably would not. We are in the transition now with new legislature coming into town, which will be anytime after December the 1st. Considering that we do have the regular session coming up and only a few weeks after that, I think it would be appropriate to wait till that time. Also, as I mentioned earlier, we need to give this some serious thought. It's not something that we do in haste. I think it's very important, any changes that is made in the existing law, we need to give some deep thought about. Nothing else? Yes, sir.
One more question. In the transition, have you gotten a chance to look at the budget? Because I understand that we're looking at $multi-$100 million, about $200 million drop off and the stimulus drop off. What are our plans to deal with that?
We're in the process now of putting together the budget. I would anticipate the budget for next year will be very similar to the budget that we have this year. But we're still in the budget preparation stage right now.
Talk about the transition that I know you worked on last week. Which department has been keeping? Are we going to see a whole new cabinet secretaries and things like that?
There will be some new faces around, as I announced, Chief of Staff, Chief Counsel, Communications Director, and Assistant Chief of Staff last week. Very proud of those individuals. We're continuing to work day and night, putting together the additional department heads, and those will be released here shortly. Okay, if no more questions, thank you very much.